afternoon, good night to whatever part of the world you are in. Welcome to another episode of your show, our show, the Premier Show. Two halves and a
45.
with your co-hosts, Mr. L and Mr.
Controversial, but I ain't no mister.
But he's no Mr. Allegedly. Welcome, everyone. So on our last show, we touched on the Brazilian Premier League, just as a quick recap so everybody could go and check that out. And the plane tickets are still free, everybody. You can still come with us on all the journey. Come on with us. There's just a small fee of thank you very much for watching and liking and subscribing to our show. We greatly appreciate you and everyone else. Today's show, just like we said in our shorts with our ring card girl, it's gonna be what you see on the mask here. And it was done by our lovely ring card girl, KK. We are gonna be talking about the Senegalese Premier League, everybody. So we are gonna be down in Africa. Come along with us on our journey. Of course, we're gonna be in England too, and all over the world. Also, my brother from the same mother always correct me on my very, very, very little tiny brain. Keep on using NBL for MLB. So with that said, welcome to the show, and we're going to get started right now. Mr. Controversial, with Chelsea doing 8-year contracts, is Todd Boehly turning the Premier League into the MLB?
All right. Good stuff. You got that. You got it that time. Honestly, it seems that it is. I've never heard of 8-year contracts, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand it from a business standpoint. You will be locking in the player for a long time. Also, it bodes well because then you'll never have to you'll never have to get a lower transfer fee in regards to a player. But
also, even though we have never heard of it before, but there was times when there was one substitution, then there's 3, now there's 5. So the game has been vastly improving and going, just like our show. We keep going up because we the ones, and there is no twos, blood. So with that said, an 8-year contract is new to us, but we will get used to it. And then you got to think, on the business side of it, the negotiations, just like you said, they don't have, when it's time to negotiate a pay rise, it is much easier to slip that in while the player still has that large amount of time on his contract. For me, I see nothing wrong with it. If you are a player and you deserve and you prefer that way, you go ahead and do it. We know our normal contracts is a 4-year contract with an option of 1 more year, which is a 5th year, and then they carry on. But most players sign what, 3 contracts the most during their
like example, Killian. But for me, I don't get me wrong, like I get it from a business aspect, it's good, but like you're kind of taking away that agency from the players, though. It's kind of reneging on that Bozeman rule that we discussed last week.
Well, remember, the Bozeman rule is different. It states that the player, after the end of his contract, is allowed to go wherever he wants to go, without the player's registration being affected by the club or by any other entity, whether it's a third-party entity like they always do in South America, allegedly, by the way, allegedly, or a club holding up the registration fee for the player, maybe because the player wants to transfer to a rival. For example, going from Manchester United to Manchester City, which Carlos Tevez did. The Bozeman rule, if 1995 Bozeman rule didn't happen, he would have never been able to do that stuff. Or any other player that goes from Inter Milan to AC Milan, vice versa, or so on and so forth. So is it good? Yes. But with that said, that's my thoughts on it. And we're going to go on to this new topic with pay cuts for major clubs, why is this a thing? And pay cuts, what I'm talking about in terms of giving players pay cut, not the owner himself.
Right. Because they got to get their bread and the board got to get their bread.
Definitely.
I don't believe in this. This is even more, it's against the players. I don't like it. Honestly, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, football is a business. Everybody got to get their fair share. But pay cuts for the players, don't get me wrong. Okay, so I remember back in the day when Gerard had to take a pay cut to get Torres in. It's a little bit different in a sense that, granted, Liverpool is a storied club. I still don't understand because I'm like, yo, what about the endorsements? What about, the other finances and stuff? It surprised me, especially when I heard Barcelona was broke, because I'm like, how? What?
Well, all the money goes. This is a little word that I like to use, and it is called GREED. 5-letter words. Right. And I spelled it out for everybody. And if you want, I'll spell it again. GREED. Right. And with that word, when, like, for example, the Neymar transfer, 222 million, they burned two players. Neither of, well, one still is there. The other, they claim didn't work out, which is Philippe Coutinho and Ousmane Dembele. And just the overall, I would call it idiocy and negligence of maintaining proper finance.
Right, so, for sure, because that was crazy.
Given these new players outrageous contracts because they kept winning the Champions League. And of course, don't get me wrong. The players deserve a bonus if they do bring in a trophy, because that is the ultimate goal of the contract. But don't go ahead and pay the players above and beyond your means, because a level of sustainability needs to be taken into account. And that's from my point of view.
Right. So there's definitely greed on the higher ups part. What do you think about the players though? Like, because is it fair to them? Like, why does De Jong have to take a pay cut just because you guys messed up with your finances?
Well, because they messed up the finances, which would be the owners or the protectors of the club. It falls down like what they would call trickle-down economics, even though trickle-down economics doesn't work.
It never works.
It never works, and it will never work. That somebody got to take the brunt. Somebody got to take the blame. Somebody got to foot the bill. And who is going to foot the bill? Always the worker, never the owners. And that's how this life is. So with that said, we are going to introduce to you what's on the mask. This is done by our ring card girl, as I said, everybody. So proud of her. Best addition to our team. And don't forget, more additions are coming. More additions are coming, people. In due time. We got tons of content, tons of people. Stay tuned. This channel is going to blow up with your love, your support, because we love you guys. We know you guys love us. We're going to continue to bring you guys meaningful, smart, and the utmost controversial topics that you guys can ever think of. Also, we get free passport to come on the journey with us. But today, we're going to be talking about the Senegalese Premier League. So hop on the plane, people. We're going to Africa. Everyone is welcome. It doesn't matter where you're from. We all love you. So the Senegal Premier League was founded in 1966. There are 16 teams, and the current champion is Casa Sports, everybody. They are the 2022 champions. But with that said, we are taking our journey We are going to the controversial corner. I told you, everybody, you can bring your liquor, bring your gal, bring your guy, bring your stuff, everybody, because we won't mind. This is your corner. This is our corner. This is the controversial corner, everybody. Welcome. And today's topics on the controversial corner, we're going to be starting off with the Gunners.
All right. What a good one.
We are going to be starting off with the Arsenal. We are going to be calling out Robbie. It was all because of Lee Mason.
Don Robbie, everybody.
Don Robbie, everybody. Big up yourself, Don Robbie. We're just giving you guys a shout out, everybody from AFTV. Everybody that does this podcast, giving you guys a shout out and our love. So, with Arsenal big spenders, will Mikel Arteta now feel the pressure?
Of course. You guys just bought, excuse me, you guys just bought Havertz. You guys just spent 122 million on Rice, which, by the way, I didn't know Rice was that expensive, bro. They should have went straight to China, bro. They would have got it cheaper, blood. It would have been plastic, but it would have been cheaper. Come on, man. Like, honestly, the pressure was on, but the pressure is almost, it's at a boiling point now. If he literally has,
how much you think? 100 degrees?
It's past that. Jesus, it is scorching right now for him to
scorching. It is hot.
It's getting hot.
And from my point of view, he ain't winning the Premier League, blood. He ain't winning the Premier League. Not today. Not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe when Pep and Klopp leaves. But you know, that's another topic.
Yeah. I mean, he got what, 2 more years? Pep and Klopp is leaving in what, 2024, 2025 respectively? So yeah, he may be the future. Who knows? Who knows? We just all have to wait and see. But I think he's gonna be under massive amount of pressure. Massive pressure.
Deliver something.
From the looks of it, I'm hoping that that's not a fluke, because I love competitive teams. I love competitive games. I'm glad they're back. So when they get the whipping on, the whipping stays, because now you have nothing or no excuses to say this happened or that happened or whatever happened. No, you are a good team and got beaten by a better team. Also, on the controversial corner, the Senegal Premier League. That's what I wanted to talk about.
All right,
look on the mask, everybody. Run by the ring card girl, KK. Giving her a shout out. Much love to her. So, the Senegalese Premier League, because we're going into Africa, with Casa Sports, right? Retain their crown, or Generation Foot is going to plant their foot on that throne, blood, because the Premier League in Senegal is at a fever temperature, really hot, way past 98.6, which is normal body temperature, or 98.7. It's almost to 103, blood. 103, heating up just like the earth, just like 4th of July, if everybody didn't know. The hottest day on earth. Go check it out. That's facts, family. What you got to say, Mr. Controversial?
Right. So the Senegal Premier League is pretty much at a wrap at this point. Don't get me wrong, Casa Sports was, I feel like they just kind of had a rocky start, really. Don't get me wrong, they had like bangers like Kasama, they had Gassama, you know, both combined as well. Probably like 12 goals, which isn't bad, but it's just not like last year's performances. So for me, excuse me, it's going to be Generation Foot this year for sure. I don't see Casa Sports coming up at all. So it is what it is.
For what I got
next year.
For what I gotta say, everybody, I gave a wicked bad intro for that topic, and Mr. Controversial just killed it right there. Poor hot beer on the whole thing, man. All I gotta say, I'm done with that. You know, it already gave away the secret already. So I'm gonna move on to something much easier and much better. You know what I'm saying, everybody? Congratulations to Generation Foot when they do. And if they do lift that trophy, we want to say congratulations. We want to say we want to be the first ones to congratulate them. And hopefully next year we can get somewhat of a decent showdown by the Generation Foot and Cassava Sport,
Casa Sports, yep.
And the other sports teams that are also in the Senegalese Premier League and teams from all over the world. Because competition is what we like to see. Competition is what we do. And for our final topic, for the controversial corner, yes, everybody, you guys are sad. We are sad. But it's the controversial corner. Everybody now is either twisted, happy, or you know what? Straight to the sky. So, for that, Ten Hag.
All right.
Sounds like a hog, right? But no, I'm not talking about porky or pork chops, people. I'm manager. He brought in a second Champions League winner in Mason Mount. How you think the midfield for Manchester United is going to fare this year?
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know if anybody remember how they first started out, aside from the 7-0. Jesus. But they were pretty good. They held it. There were times when it was low. I felt like they just needed that one more midfielder to really push them. Casemiro was really there for them. Bruno Fernandes, he's always, I'm a little bit annoyed by Bruno Fernandes, but he's always good. Mason Mount is perfect. They're going to go places this year. So I definitely would say the top four definitely needs to watch out, because Erik ten Hag, it's only his first season. He did pretty well. Only can get better at this point. So let's see where it goes from here.
All right. And with that said, everybody, we're glad that you join us on your corner, our corner, the corner, Mr. Controversial Corner. It's the Controversial Corner. And that was our final topic for the corner today. Thank you for joining us on the corner. And we are going to go back to our last topic of the day, everybody, which is transfers, because it's transfer season. And we're going to just be ringing off a couple of transfers that happen throughout the week. And every time throughout this whole process of August, this whole month of August, we're going to be talking about transfers and keeping you guys up to date on the latest transfers. And one of the latest transfers that happened is Mr. Hernandez, Lucas Hernandez, from Bayern to Paris. What do you got to say about that? Good deal. Good deal.
But where are they going to put him?
But good deal. Hey, French international. Maybe link up with Mbappe if Paris don't ship him out to Real Madrid by now, blood.
He's gone.
If they don't ship him out. And we're going to go with Mr. Long. You might not know Mr. Long, but he just got a big upgrade. He's a left winger from Club Brugge in Belgium, moving to PSV Eindhoven in the Dutch league. If you don't know nothing about PSV, their coach was Roos van Nistelrooy, the old Real Madrid and Manchester United hitman, and the Liverpool Cody Gakpo's club that he just left to join Liverpool January, I believe. So you can go check them out too. Very good Dutch team. Mr. Lee just moved from Malaga to PSG, and he's a left midfielder, everybody. Go check him out and see. This is one of the new PSG signings. Also, Manuel from Sporting Lisbon, one of the hottest central midfielder prospects, was getting a look in from all the Premier League clubs a couple months ago. He just went to PSG. PSG is doing fantastic.
Every year they win the transfer market.
Everybody. That's about 3 of them
else outside of France.
That's what I'm saying. That's about 3 of them are ringed up. Arsenal fans, you guys should be happy. William Saliba just signed a new contract with you guys, everybody. And since he went down, the defense has been a little bit poor, but he should be back, should be fit, should be ready to go for the new Premier League. So he signed a contract extension to 2027. You guys got a good defender in my opinion. And Granite Justice said sayonara.
Talk about it.
After all, Granite Justice, he should host the controversial corner because he has more controversy than all of us here,
Yeah,
blood.
anybody, blood.
But in his last year in Arsenal, he did step up. I commend him for all he did for the club. He is a true gunner. He's been at the club for a while. He was also the club captain before he got stripped of the captaincy. But Granite Justice did do a good job. And all he's doing is going right back to the Bundesliga where he came from in the first place. So with that, that is good. You have this young 18-year-old, everybody. I don't know if you guys heard of him. He's called the Turkish Messi. Everybody's called the Turkish Messi or the Japanese Messi or whatever Messi. There's only one Messi and he wears number 10 and he lives in Argentina, blood. Get over it. But with that said, Eder is his name. He struck a deal with Real Madrid from Fenerbahce, 18 years old. Good highlights from what I've seen on YouTube and from what I've seen on the Fenerbahce matches. But he's a young kid, so don't go too hard on him, Madridistas. And with that said, I'm going to ring out about 2 or 3 more transfers. The first one is Marco Asensio. You all know him. We all know him. He was a Madridista. Now he's in Paris. I wonder what's going on in France. Milan Skriniar. He was also in Inter Milan.
Where is he now?
Now he has PSG. Maybe a conspiracy? Maybe not. I wonder what's going on. And for last but not least, you and I know him. I know him. The whole world know him. The Turkish international that wears, I believe, number 10 for Inter Milan, formerly of AC Milan, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He has extended his contract to 2027. Very good player for Inter Milan. And I applaud him and everything. But before we go, everybody, I, of course, have to announce the big one that everybody's been waiting on.
All right.
That everybody knows. The deal is done for Mason Mount for $64 million, I believe. I believe it's 60 or 55 cash, and the other rest are add-ons. And this is going to be from Mason Mount that already signed his deal, the new number 7 for Manchester United, from Chelsea to Manchester United. Congratulations to Manchester United. Congratulations to Chelsea. Hey, they have done a whirlwind fire sale. I believe now Chelsea has sold $244 million worth of players. So, in other words, if you calculate that to what the $300 million they spent, hey, $60 million. Hey.
Not bad, not bad.
With that said, everybody, thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, leave comments in below, everybody. We'll be looking out for your comments. We love your comments. We love you guys joining us. We love the guys that show us love. Send this to a friend. Send this to a family member. Big ups to you all. I'm Mr. L. He's Mr. Controversial. And this is the
2 halves and a 45 podcast. All right.
Thank you once again. Like, subscribe, give us a super thanks if you can do so. We greatly appreciate you. And we'll see you guys the next time. Look out for the shorts for KK. And as I said, more content coming your way. You guys ask for it. We are going to deliver.
All right. Put down the shirt, my G.
All right. All right. Love to everyone. Love.